Return to the black.
and Kwab, your go-to NBA podcast. Subscribe on Apple, follow on Spotify, and be sure to hit up the YouTube channel for video content. And now your hosts, Josh and Kwab.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dime, baby. A decent day of basketball, I'd say today. A decent day of basketball. Kwab and I will be getting into Thunder, Lakers, Pistons, Cavs. Before all that, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Tell your friends, it's a party over here. We're going to have a mix of Thunder fans, I assume, Pistons fans, two of our favorite subscriber bases. So it should be a good time. Should be a really good time.
Should be a good time. We got people in the chat already talking about. Let's get to it already because I just stuck in Canada. It is tired of hockey talk.
Oh,
I just
in that case, let's save you from some hockey. First things first. Listen, if you would have told me that LeBron James would have had the game he had, that you would have only lost a turnover battle by 2, that you would have got more offensive rebounds, that SGA would have had 18 points and
not 20,
and 7 turnovers.
I'd
have been like, oh wow, the Lakers might have had a chance
against anybody else.
No. Just did not even. I mean, at no point in that game was I like, oh, the Lakers could win this game. every point in the game, like, wow, the Lakers are playing hard. They're putting up a fight. But at 0 point in that game, I was like, man, the Lakers might steal this one. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, like, the Lakers are playing. They're like, they're playing having a solid game.
Yeah.
Thunder's still going to win, but Lakers having a solid game.
You still lose by 18. Let's get to the box score for this one, Kwab. The Thunder beat the Lakers 108-90. Chet had 24 and 12. SGA only had 18, and I say only as if like that's no big deal. AJ had 18. LeBron James, scientifically impossible what he's doing. He is 41 years old, one of, if not the best player on the court in a high-stakes playoff game. I cramped up brushing my teeth this morning, like my hand cramped and the toothbrush. So, and I am younger than him. So that's putting things in perspective. Rory had 18, Marcus Smart 12 and 7. I thought he played pretty well. Again, like aside from Austin Reeves being terrible, because if Austin Reeves had like a good night, maybe this would have been a game. Maybe the Lakers would have had a shot. Yeah. I picked the Thunder to sweep the Lakers because I just cannot see a world in which they win a basketball game. Yeah. You can't win a game when SGA gives you 18, 7 turnovers. I wouldn't say it was a pedestrian day by SGA. He had some nice plays here and there. Chet was fantastic today, but that's the game you have to win, right? If you're looking for an upset, that's the game that you have to win. And the Thunder just played an average game. I don't think the Thunder did anything really spectacular today. I thought Caruso was great. Jared McCain in the second half was unbelievable. Shout out to Sam Presti for another highway rivalry there. But yeah, again, and this is why I don't think this series is going to be close at all. Like I have a hard time believing that they could make this competitive. I think they gave it a good shot. In the beginning, they went boxing 1 on SGA. Play a little bit of a matchup zone at times as well, trying to get the Thunder off balance. And it was okay. It worked here and there. In the second half, they trapped him with 2, sometimes 3 people. Just get the ball out of his hands immediately. He's not going to beat us. And, AJ Mitchell to me is somebody who is very underrated on this team. He's somebody who they didn't have last year. And now you have him, and he can fill in that role that Jalen Williams plays. Chet, when he's aggressive, when he's dominating the paint like this team's going to be hard to beat. And, the barometer that I have and that I've always had is Alex Caruso and how he's playing. And he was great today on defense. Jared McCain coming in, hitting threes. I mean, again, like if I were to grade the Thunder, and I think if you were to ask Thunder fans and the Thunder fans in the comments, let us know what you think. If I were to grade the Thunder how they played today, C+, B- maybe, but it wasn't like a dominant game at all. They pulled away in the second half, and these two teams, to me, they're just so far apart. Like I genuinely don't know how the Lakers win a game in this series.
Yeah, this, like you said, this might have been the game like the Lakers could have pulled off if Reeves had a better game, but OKC is just better, and you run into the issue of you have to basically play a perfect game on all fronts. Like you can't turn over the ball, all wide open shots have to hit. You have to try to turn them over, and then you have to be able to slow down all your players in terms of all your key players. They did a good job, quote unquote, slowing down Shai, because Shai having 18 points is like it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So you did a good job.
You broke a record for not having 18 points.
It doesn't happen. So you did a great job. Like
he's the best of all time of not having 18 points.
18 points. He's like the 18. Like if somebody took that bet, was like, no, he's getting 20. Like, and that's considered a shame. But like he had a bunch of turnovers, and they threw like you said, they threw different schemes at him to get the ball out of his hands. The problem with the Thunder will always be that you can do all that, but somebody's going to come off the bench and make an impact. Like I think somebody mentioned on the broadcast where whatever the equation is that you throw at them, they have different answers every single game. Every single game is going to be a different answer. Now, today was Jared McCain coming off the bench hitting shots, and also Isaiah Joe making an impact. Like you can't. I don't know how a team like the Lakers that feels shorthanded are going to be able to.
There's just no chance.
Like it doesn't feel like this. I said I was being nice. I said that it's going to be the Thunder in 5. Yeah. Just because maybe they get a sneaky game in there somehow and pull one off, but for a lot of things have to go right for them to win. Like LeBron played well. He continues to play well at his age, which is great for him. I mean, it's always surprising. Rui played solid. Also, Marcus Smart, like he was your X factor coming into the series, and I think he did a great job in terms of his pass and his defense. and his scoring, it's not enough. It's
Not
not
enough.
enough because what is when it comes down to it with the Thunder, like um what's your break glass in case of emergency, right? What every team kind of usually has that where it's like, oh, something's not going right. Let's get this guy in the game real quick to help us out. Who
Yeah.
is that for the Lakers?
Crickets.
Who is that for the Thunder? The whole bench.
The whole bench.
The whole bench.
How many bench points were there? I'll answer that question right now. The Thunder had 34 bench points. The Lakers had 15. Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. Imagine having a bad game and still winning by 18. I mean, that's really, and I don't think the Thunder played bad. I don't want to say played bad because that's insulting the Lakers. I think the Lakers played well in the first half, in the first quarter, especially. But then you turn around, I was saying to myself, man, the Lakers really had a nice first quarter there. And they're down 5. It's like, all right, you're on pace to lose by 20. It's just, again, like there's just, if Austin Reeves is having the type of day he had today, they have no shot. I mean, they need Austin Reeves to be the special basketball player he was at the beginning of the year. You know, I'm not kidding. You're going to have to average at close to 30 a game if you're going to pull off this upset here, especially with Luka out. They just don't have the offensive firepower to do so. You know, and defensively, you just lost Vando. I mean, that injury looked like it was pretty serious. Looks like he's going to be out probably for the rest of the playoffs just based off his reaction. So now you don't have the defensive players you need to guard SGA or these other players as well. It's looking really bleak for the Lakers right now. I mean, I hate to say it. It just feels like it's just a warm up for whatever the next round's going to be for the Thunder. Like that's how it feels to me. Yeah. If you're the Lakers, Kwab, is there anything that you would do differently? Like if you're JJ Redick, I mean, you tried the box and one, you tried trapping, you tried double, triple teaming SGA, and it didn't work. What else could you do? Like what would you do to get some type of momentum going in game 2?
Probably, I don't know, throw some Hail Marys out there in terms of maybe play Dalton Connect some minutes, try to see if he can get a heater. Throw some of the young players out there, man. Like Giero, like try to get him in some minutes because of his athleticism. Maybe try to throw in some different combinations to see if they hit. Because realistically, you look at your game plan this game. It was good. It was a good game plan. It just at the end of the day, it feels like you just don't have enough against a team like the Thunder. Like you can have a quote unquote subpar SGA game that it was, but you're still having a dominant Chet game, right? You still have AJ Mitchell who's been balling this whole time, and it feels like you get a attack from different sides, and it's tough. It's tough. I don't know what they can do to honestly kind of switch it up, but I mean it's going to be a tough series. Like we knew what it was going to be. I think a lot of people knew what it was going to be too. So we kind of had that. We kind of saw this coming. So I don't know. What about you? What do you think the Lakers could do to maybe get a?
You arrive at the arena early in an unmarked vehicle.
Oh gosh, stop it!
Just bag or SGA's head.
Bail out the truck.
Drive the truck up the nearest highway. Cross state lines. Keep them safe. We're not trying to hurt anybody here. Just keep them occupied for 3 hours during game time. Take that same unmarked vehicle. Go back to the arena. Put it back over Chet Holmgren's head. Drive them to a different location. They can watch the game. You can feed them. This is not a violent thing at all. It's just we're preventing you from being in the arena. You just want to lock them in like a 5-star hotel. Nothing violent.
And just be like, hey, you guys just order food, just chill out for a couple hours, watch the game. Just real quick shout out to Jawan from what's up, man? I'm already lost my train of thought. Unfair Sports.
Yeah.
He tweeted at me because the last time when we did the preview for this series, I had on my Sonics hat, and apparently he and a couple other people said I was kind of diabolical. So I apologize. I apologize to the Thunder fans. I didn't mean any malice by, I was just supporting an upcoming, expansion team. I like green, I like my hat. So I didn't mean any.
It's actually funny because I feel like that would hurt Sonics fans more than it hurt Thunder fans because the Thunder fans got the better end of the deal here. They come to Oklahoma City. I mean, right away, they're a championship contender, even though they didn't win with Durant and Westbrook and Harden. Championship contender, fantastic era.
Yep.
And then you start all over, and now you have pretty much the start of a dynasty. I think Thunder fans will take that trade.
Oh yeah,
I do.
yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Especially they have the best team in the league right now. It's rocking in the arena, like
yeah.
And like you said, it just feels like a warm up. I know for a lot of Thunder fans, they see this as it's a good way for them to get back in rhythm, just because they've been out for so long after the sweep.
Yeah,
it might happen again. You might have to get back in rhythm after this series too. Like it's. It feels like it's just an easy step over. I know it's the Lakers, it's LeBron, all that, but the team feels limited. They felt limited all year. Now without Luka, this is what was going to be.
All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see what the chat's saying. All right, hang out. Damn, not today.
Not there. Soon though.
Soon.
Almost.
Probably game 2.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
We all knew once the second half started, OKC was going to tighten it up. I mean, that's always the case with the Thunder. I feel like they blow out teams in the third quarter all the time. It took a little longer for the Lakers to get blown out today, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Piston Cups. I was shocked to see Lakers in the lead in the first quarter. Surprising get blown out. Worse, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. Also, thank you for the donation. Pistons on the way, Josh. Yes, we'll get to it. Do not worry. Yeah. We got you. We got you. We're playing this way because we're avoiding injuries. Maybe. I don't know. I think you're just bored. if I'm being honest. So for me, if I'm a Thunder fan, again, it's just kind of like, it sounds so arrogant, but it's like, yeah, we're just waiting for the Western Conference Finals at this point. And that other side of this, we'll talk about that at the end of the show. But that series is going to be a dogfight for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. All right. Before we get to the next series, Kwab and I, we missed again, Kwab. Missed again. Again. You hit Duncan Robinson more than 1.5 threes. I took Jalen Tyson to hit one. Just give me one, Jalen. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do
one. Just come on. Just one.
Couldn't do it. So essentially, we lost again for the second straight day after a heater. If you want to join, if you want to play along, it's good times. Very low stakes here. All you got to do is download the PrizePicks app, play $5, get $3 instantly lineups using code HMA. The link is in the description. Code HMA. Kwab, are you ready now to move on?
Sir.
Pistons Cavs 111-101. I know what I saw, Kwab. I'm gonna keep that's the tag phrase for everything that I say with Detroit Pistons.
My eyes did not lie to me.
They're back. They found themselves. The Pistons beat the Cavs 111-101. Let's go to the box score. Cade Cunningham, 23-7. Tobias Harris, 28. Duncan Robinson was fantastic today at 19 points, 5 of 8 from 3 for the Cavs. Donovan had 23. James Harden, disgusting 22, 8 and 7. We'll talk about that. And Max Strus had 19 points. Listen, man, this looks like the Pistons. This looks like the Pistons that, we've gotten here time and time again, gotten on game recaps after they just like whipped the crap out of my Knicks, after they big game after big game, and they're just embarrassing teams. They're beating team that is tough defensively, that's turning you over, that's scoring off these turnovers, that's blocking shots at the rim. It's interesting because the Magic, we all said, was kind of maybe a tougher matchup for them for the simple fact that the Magic are just a tougher team than the Cavaliers. I'm not trying to disrespect the Cavs. The Cavs are a better team than the Magic, in my opinion. They're just different in a better way. And I just feel like I saw, it's like, oh, it's nice to see you again, Detroit. It's nice to see you again. Look at these stats right here. Points over turnovers, 31-16 in favor of the Pistons. Second chance points, 19-11 in favor of the Pistons. Fast break points, 15-6 in favor of the Pistons. That is Detroit basketball, man. Cade Cunningham had a rough shooting night, in my opinion, but at the end of the game, fourth quarter, when it mattered the most, he was able to make plays. And I think that's what people forget about point guards. You make plays. It's not just scoring the basketball. It's not just hitting the three at the right moment. It's getting into the paint, getting your big guy involved. Jalen Duren looked like Jalen Duren again. I think he played good. I don't think he played great, but I think he played really good today. I think he won his battle with Evan Mobley, who at the beginning of the game looked like
think I lost Josh for a second. Check. Yeah, I think you might be having a little bit of praise for Josh because he's frozen. Yeah, I think you might having a little bit of technical issues. Yeah, it's just me and y'all. But speaking about, I'll speak a little bit about the Pistons Cavs. Looking at that game, going into it, this was what I was worried about with the Pistons, and I mean not the Pistons. This is what I was worried about with the Cavs, just because of how they looked against the Raptors, and it kind of just came to fruition, man. James Harden was essentially taking out the game. Even though his stats might look impressive if you just look at the numbers, it wasn't that impressive of a game at all. I don't think so. The only time he really started to show emotion and look like Harden was after the bump by Duncan Robinson in the lane, and that's when he was like, "Oh, okay." He started shooting his floaters, but essentially he just looked like a role player out there, and that's the same thing that happened against. That's the same thing. We got Josh back. Do we got Josh back? Yeah, we got Josh back.
I don't know what happened, bro.
You got Josh.
They tried taking me out.
You're just frozen on the screen for a second.
Was I? I had to reset my. I'm on my hotspot now. Shout out to the hotspot.
Okay, here we go.
Was I just like this?
Nah, you were just like for a while. But yeah. One man said on pause. He said pause and on pause. But I was just talking about the Pistons, and I was talking about Harden, and it just looked like he was just another role player out there during the course of that game, man. I think though, like I said, the only time he kind of looked more engaged was in the fourth after the little bump with Duncan Robinson, and then he's decided to be more aggressive. But throughout the course of the game, he just felt like another player, and they didn't bring him to the Cavs just to be another player. And that's the problem I saw against the Raptors. And I think that's what's going to be the case throughout the course of this series, where you're going to see the Pistons' high level of defense. And if the Cavs are just going to fold under these conditions, like it's going to be an easy, I don't want to say easy, but it's going to be a serious win for the Pistons, man. I think that the Pistons obviously look like the tougher team. Early on, the Cavs were doing a good job getting to the rebounds, and also getting multiple chances at offense, but they weren't really converging. But Jared Allen getting into foul trouble early on kind of changed the game. At the same time, the way the Cavs were able to make a comeback was when they had Schroeder in the game, had Keon Ellis in the game, not James Harden, and kind of push the tempo, be more aggressive. Yeah. And I mean, I just think watching, I was like, yo, you guys are turning the ball over too much.
Yeah,
this is playing right in the hands of what the Pistons want to do. And then when the game got tied, we saw the greatness of Cade. I think that a lot of times people will look at Cade and understand, like, yeah, he is a point guard and he made the right plays for Duran. Again, those 6 straight buckets were great, but also Cade's defense. I think that's very, very underrated. Very underrated as a guard. Like, he plays a great defense. So it allows their team to basically put him on Harden, put Asar Thompson on Donovan Mitchell. And I feel like you're gonna get this result every time. I mean, the Cavs did a good job coming back into the game, but I think this is going to be a Pistons win in the series just because of how they looked through game one.
I mean, I took the Pistons in 7 in this. The Cavs team that I saw in the second half is a good team. I mean, they turned up the defense. Max Strus was incredible today. I thought, Schroeder turned it around. I mean, he was getting into the paint and he was driving and kicking. I think in the first half, they were kind of rushing their threes. You know, they were getting looks, but I think that they were kind of like not scared of the Pistons defense, but knew that it was coming. The help was coming, and they were rushing and missing threes. In the second half, they were a little more calm and relaxed. But yeah, your point about Harden, man, it was just like he forgot how to dribble. I don't know, I don't know what happened. It's like, how does this happen to the one of the best players of all time that I've ever seen in my life? One of the best scorers ever. He gets into the playoffs and he's just like average. And that's the thing. It's not even like he's horrible. Sometimes he is. It's just kind of like, I'm just another dude. Like
his attributes is like in the playoffs, all his attributes feel like they get turned down. And I'm like, there's no reason you should just be negated all throughout the playoffs just because it's the playoffs. And I think in addition to that, I'm watching how the Cavs were guarding Cade and with Dean Wade, and they just wanted to take him out the game, right?
Yeah.
Cade didn't allow it for the course of the game. Even when he was being phase guarded, there were multiple times he would use himself as a screener. I love the plays where he used himself as a screener for Dennis Jenkins to get a play.
Shout out Harden, Dennis, by the way. He had a really good game.
Dope game. But Harden is just content, kind of just standing around and just like, okay. Like if it happens, maybe I'll catch the ball outside and do a dribble step back through. I'm like, bro, that's not going to work, especially if you're doing it against somebody like Asar Thompson. Like that doesn't make sense to me. And I mean, shout out JB Bickerstaff, man. He did get an extension after the last series, and his boy Jamal Mosley got fired, which is crazy. Just to think about, like, but going from playing your best friend, and now you're playing the team you used to coach.
I'd be so mad, like, if I got like kicked off this podcast and then you like got an extension and like got a raise on top of it.
Got a raise, but
that's what you get for freezing up, Josh. Get better Wi-Fi, okay? Get better Wi-Fi.
It's like, yo, God, you get cut. But no, that's like, I guess we talked about, we haven't had a chance to talk about this, but with the Magic, we talked about there might be coaching problems, and the fact that they lost being up 3-1 probably factored into it. But you see the confidence that they have in this team and this coaching staff and all that. And I felt like this game one, they came out with the right approach. The Cavs were able to push back, especially with your bench, which we thought would happen because we said their bench has a lot of offense.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench, like with the Max Struses, even with Jalen Tyson, like all these players. But the Pistons were the Pistons throughout this whole game.
Yeah.
And the Cavs, especially James Harden, allowed it to happen by just being there. And you can't just be there. It's the playoffs, man. Wake up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I'm a Pistons fan, I'm looking at this game and I'm super encouraged because a lot of the offense in the half court was Cade. And today we saw, the Duncan Robinson coming off a curl that turns into a pick and roll again. Duncan was hot from three. Jalen Duren at the top of the key making things happen. Asar just basically going through the baseline from the dunker spot through the baseline, cutting to the hoop, making things happen. It felt like that offense that the reason why I was sold on the Pistons, I always knew they were good defensively. But when I saw the wrinkles in their offense this year and the different ways they can score the basketball outside of like Cade in a pick and roll and drop, I hope he hits it. That was like, okay, they can win in the playoffs now. And this series, they got back to that, at least in game one. They didn't have that really against the Magic at all. And then again, shout out to Tobias Harris, man. I mean, he's the Hall of Very Good when he's not wearing a Philadelphia 76ers jersey.
The Hall of Very Good is crazy.
The Hall of Very Good. Yeah, I mean, not a Hall of Famer. The Hall of Very Good.
The Hall of Very Good is crazy, bro.
And to me, like, I was watching this game and all I could think about, like, that's the Pistons. Like, I know what I saw. I know this team. Like, I feel like I know this team. And we'll talk about like where they stand in the East later, like in a second here. But yeah, let's get to some comments and then we'll give our predictions for game two. Damn, Josh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Pause. Sorry. Oh, you want ISO, Kwab? Just you and us. You want ISO?
I have to go ISO, man. I was just standing there looking at the screen like, should I act like I'm frozen too?
Prayers for Josh, guys. Thanks for the prayers. Hotspot Casino, love the pod. Don't apologize. We're Sonic's Thunder. All right, that's cool. So there you go. There's an answer for you, Kwab.
Appreciate the donation. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you in the chat too. You're hilarious. Maddie Fresh, thanks for donation, man. Love the show. As a Pistons fan, this is one of the first places to look for post-game coverage. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Kwab and I, we love your team this year. I mean, just is what it is. And I'm scared to play in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's a whole other thing. Dennis played a great game tonight. Yes, 7 boards and 4 steals. Also, Sar was everywhere, and him bringing the ball up the floor was huge for alleviating pressure off the Cade. Great start for the Pistons. Well said. Yes. JB revenge run. Yeah, it might be. And the Knicks knocked out JB Bickerstaff when he was a coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers a few years ago. So Knicks and Pistons playing the Eastern Conference Final. More revenge to be had. The Cavs are sauce. Captain Roddy. Kwab, actually want you to talk about this. Do you think the Cavs are soft? Like, do you buy into that narrative of the Cavs being soft?
No, I don't buy into the narrative of them being soft. I think that how do you define somebody being soft? That's a wild statement to ask.
For me, it's like
hold on. That's a wild statement.
No, hold on. No, you went there. I didn't go there.
My bad. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. For you. Okay, but you know what I'm asking. Like, yeah.
Not tough. How do I define someone being not tough?
Well, not tough, right? I think there's just level of toughness, right? That you can stand up to. Like the Cavs have the way they approach a basketball game, right? And it's like their toughness level is always high. Same with the Magic. Like the Magic have always had that type of level in terms of the way they played their defense. And we talked about this last year and even this year when it came to teams like the Magic and the Pistons and even the Thunder. They play playoff defense during the regular season in terms of their physicality, right? And I think the Cavs have a physical level, but they don't do it all the time.
Right. That's
like there's not a consistent level of it. Yeah. And you're playing a team whose brand of basketball is that. Like there's no, even if they're not shooting well, they're not playing well on offense, that level of defense, that level of physicality is always up to par. And when it's not up to par, they know it. And that's something your coach will get on them about it. Like it's never been a case where like, oh well, you're never gonna look at this Pistons team and be like, well, they're playing quote unquote soft. They're not playing a physical brand of basketball. Like we watched the last series. It was just a physical brand of basketball.
Yeah.
Shot blocks galore and all that. I just think that the Cavs, the way they're approaching, especially James Harden, he's not handling it the right way. You're not, you know what I mean? You're playing a team you're allowing them to dictate your offense as one of the greatest offensive players. Like regardless of how you feel about James Harden, he's one of the best offensive players to ever touch the ball. It is that's a fact. And his play is being dictated by the defense. If that's happening, you're going to lose. It's just simple as that. You're going to lose. It's in this chess match. You're basically settling and allowing yourself to lose. So I don't think the Cavs are soft. I just think that their level of physicality is not as high as the Pistons, and for them to compete with the Pistons, they're going to have to match that.
All right, let's get into game two. Game two predictions. Chat. Let us know what you think is going to happen in game two. I'll go first. I think the Pistons win again. I think they hold home court. I've seen nothing from the Cavs to let me know that they can win a game on the road right now. You know, you didn't go to Toronto. You didn't win a game there. And now you're going into Detroit against a more physical team. Granted, the Raptors are physical, and the Raptors can play good defense. But the Pistons, like that's their brand. They're the best defense in the Eastern Conference. And James Harden didn't show me enough to make me believe that he can take over a game, even though he did have a better fourth quarter. We'll give him credit for that. Donovan was okay. Donovan had his moments. But for me, like what you said, that energy needed to keep up with the Pistons, I think they're not going to show on the road, at least. Like when you're home and the crowd's behind you, like to me, that's what I think about the Cavs. The Cavs are more front runners than they are like, all right, we got to dig deep here on the road from behind, backs against the wall, whole world against us. Like to me, they don't have that. They have we're at home. Donovan just hit a three. Crowd's going crazy. Now we're going to run laps around you, but they
Avalanche.
can't. Avalanche. But so for me, I think this does end up being a close series because I do think Cleveland does go home and win a couple games. But as far as game two is concerned, again, I saw the Pistons team that we watched all year, and that's the team that's turning you over. That's the team that's scoring off those turnovers. That's the team that's protecting the rim. That's the team that is having a very rigid point of attack defense. That's a team that's swiping at the ball in the paint. That's a team, that's connected on offense. And it was a 10-point game, but if it wasn't for that Cavs comeback, it was pretty much dominated by the Pistons all game. So I got the Pistons in game two. Kwab, what about you?
Yeah, I have the Pistons in game two also. I think that it was great to see the Pistons play their brand of basketball to start the game and not have the type of effort they had against Orlando where like they had to kind of build up that momentum. You could tell they were like locked in from the start. Cavs were able to make a comeback, but it just felt like regardless of what was happening, the Pistons had momentum the whole time. It was great to see Ron Holland get some minutes too. I think he was able to make an impact with the minutes he got. Like we talked about.
Yeah, three at the buzzer. Shout out Ron Holland.
That was big. I felt that was. I was like, oh, that was.
I don't think I've seen him hit a three since like March. I don't think
they needed it. It was great. So like, I still think that seeing how the Pistons play, there's still a level they can get to that they haven't got to yet. part of it hinges on playing more b-ball Paul, but that's just neither here nor there. I'm just saying. But
they haven't even brought out the secret weapon.
They haven't even brought out the secret big. Look,
on the bench.
They haven't even dropped
this. You asked that question about the Lakers. Who are they going to bring off the bench? Breaking in case of emergency for the Pistons. It's b-ball Paul.
It's b-ball Paul. They haven't even activated a b-ball Paul yet.
Fire extinguisher on the bench, baby, waiting to be used. I love it.
They haven't even activated. But I feel like Pistons have the right mentality and the right approach, especially going to watching how they played this game. Unless the Cavs come out and play exactly how they played in the third quarter, with how active Max Strus was, and like the type of plays he made, I don't know if that's going to happen. Especially if James Harden is content in just kind of letting the game come to him for 3 quarters before he decides to be aggressive. You're gonna get the same result as you got this game. So I have the Pistons winning game 2.
All right, before we head out, Dirk Greg, I immediately saw less physicality from the Cavs in Orlando. I think it's still a 7-game series, though. I got Detroit in 7. So do I. Game 2. What's up, Richard? Game 2, the Pistons win again. That's how we're feeling. And Kwab, we're all in with Kwab, with Reed.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
B-ball Paul, baby.
Greatest player of all time.
Yes, sir.
All right, we did headlines last live.
Mm-hmm.
Kwab, you want to do it again?
Let's do some headlines. We love the headlines, baby.
So headlines is basically a segment that we've been doing for a few years. It's a headline, custom headline. Yep. You tell us if it's real or fake news. Kwab, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You know we had to be dramatic with it. All right, Kwab. Headline number 1. After 4 straight dominant wins, Knicks new favorites in the East.
No.
Or fake news.
Fake. Guys, you could tell who made this. You could tell who made these headlines, by the way. Guys, you could tell who made these headlines. If you have no idea, just look at our hats. If you have no idea who made these headlines, just fake news.
So fake.
I look, man. I think the Knicks are playing fantastic. I look forward to the game tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that they've kind of figured out who they are in your offense after game 85. So that's
oh, Cat's on our team. Nice.
Oh, we have an offensive hub. We can run it. Oh man. So yeah, So I don't think they're the favorites yet. To me, it's still the Pistons. We'll see as the series progresses. They still have to get past the Sixers. As a hater, I don't have them going past the Sixers. As a hater, I just want to be clear.
As a hater,
people who are like, oh,
as long as you acknowledge that.
Oh yeah, people are like, oh, Kwab, you're not being rational with your take against the Knicks. Yeah, I know, I'm not. I tell you, I'm not being.
We had some disappointed subscribers, like, man.
Yeah, so I'm like, I tell you, I'm not being rational. I can't do it right now, man.
Hold on, before I give my answer, I got to give this. Hey, what's up with Josh's Wi-Fi? I'm in Jamaica where Melissa just blew down half of the country signals, and I'm still not pausing up. Still love this show, though.
Oh, man. Yo, one love, brother. Hope you and your family is safe. Yeah. I hope everybody around you is safe, man. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's your Wi-Fi, man. It's fantastic.
That's crazy. He got better Wi-Fi than you, though.
For me, the answer is no. I still don't think they're favorites. This is the thing about the Knicks. When they hit their ceiling, to me, I think they have the highest ceiling in the East. I said that all year. I think they have the highest ceiling in the East. The problem is they don't always hit that ceiling. In fact, they don't often hit that ceiling. In fact, they don't hit the ceiling half the time, right? It's just kind of like, oh, it's there. I see it. It's like walking into a cathedral and you're like, oh, that's high.
That's high.
Don't know how I'm going to get there. But it's high. That's what it's like for the Knicks. I just think they've reached their ceiling for the past few games. For me, I still think the favorites should be the Pistons. I think that, a lot of teams, a lot of people, a lot of the media right now are just forgetting about Detroit and what they've been doing all year. You win 60 plus games. You're the 1 seed. You consider the matchup right now. You have a matchup in the Cavs in which you're up 1-0. A lot of people are picking them to move on. So they're favored in that series to move on. And on the other side of the bracket, you have a Knicks team that you blew out 3 times and a Philadelphia 76ers team that has a 6-man rotation and their best player is on 1 leg. Yep. So I don't know how you don't favor the Pistons in that with that context. However, I do think it's not as a sure thing as maybe I thought it was when the playoffs started. Teams change in the playoffs. The playoffs is a different animal, so they say. It's a different game. I love what I'm seeing from the Knicks. If they were to match up with the Pistons next round, I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's a long way to go. Both teams could lose their series. We could still have like a Sixers-Cavs Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. I think I would be more confident than I was 2 months ago, going into that series just based off of the way that they're playing. They're a totally different team now. But I do think they should be taken seriously. And I think as a Knicks fan, it is kind of frustrating to see the media just kind of like pick the Sixers because they beat Boston when no one believed in the Sixers 2 weeks ago. Like,
your man, as Stephen A. Smith said, you guys are going to go to the finals.
My who?
Your boy.
My who?
Your other fan. Your super fan.
Never.
I know.
No.
Don't get that on record. I'm joking.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next headline. Spurs in panic mode after game 1 loss. Kwab, if you are the San Antonio Spurs, are you panicking?
No, I think that's fake news. I think that you can look at the game and analyze it from the perspective of how you came in and like what Wemby did in terms of he taking too many threes and still at the end of the day still having a chance to win the game, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that they were as prepared as they should have been against a team that we said was going to be physical. Again, we don't think the Spurs are soft. We don't think they're going to get punked, but we think that that's going to be the Timberwolves approach. If you ask them, and they have asked, like Jaden McDaniels said, they asked him about taking it to the rim. He's like, it's just Wemby's the tallest person on the planet. It doesn't matter. We're still going to go to the rim. He's going to block some shots.
I respect that so hard.
Yeah, I'm saying like he's going to block some shots. So that's a different approach than a lot of people have had against the Spurs. On top of that, having Naz Reid and having different lineups they can throw out there to open up the floor. The Timberwolves are a team that a lot of people look past, right? And some people have actually said that they're basically the Knicks West in terms of when they play really well, their ceiling is very high.
Yeah.
But when they play bad, like their floor is low. So in terms of that, like I kind of get that logic, but I don't think the Spurs are in panic mode, but I think they always learn from their losses. That's what I've seen throughout the course of this season. Also, even in the playoffs, they learn from their losses. We'll see game 2, but I don't think they're in panic mode. What do you think? You think they're in panic mode after game 1?
I think it's close. I'm not gonna lie.
You think it's close? You think the kids
you ever
are scared?
Watch Deal or No Deal? And like, whenever you take a deal, like you have to lift there's like a glass thing covering the button, and you have to lift the glass.
Yeah. But
like a lot of times, like they lift the glass and they ask their family, they're like, "Should I press a deal?" And the crowd's going crazy. Like that's where I'm at. I lifted the glass. I have my hand close to the button, and I'm like looking around, like, should we panic? I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'll be honest, man. And I texted you this.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have known Anthony Edwards was going to be available in game 1, I'm not saying I would have changed my pick, but I would have been way more hesitant with my pick than I had.
Yeah.
I had the Spurs in 6. I probably would have done 7. The Wolves' physicality, and it's not that the Spurs aren't physical, but this is their first go around in the playoffs as a team. And it's a different game in the playoffs, right? That's what they say. Yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like this year the trend is the more physical teams are the ones who are advancing. And I think not that they're not ready for what the Wolves can bring, but it is going to take every ounce of them to get past this team. This is not an easy series. Yeah. I think it's going to go 7 now. To me, I don't think it's a good matchup. The Wolves are not scared of Victor Wembanyama. They're not scared to take it to the rim. They can live in that mid-range. Jaden can hit, in drop coverage. Anthony can hit in drop coverage. They have the players who could do so. Julius Randle could be a bully with the basketball. On the defensive end, they can give them problems. Victor Wembanyama has trouble with more physical defenders, standing him up, whether they're, his height, close to his height or not his height. So for me, I'm not panicking, but I watched game 1 and I'm like, this, okay. Okay.
Some Spurs fans made the point that maybe we need to see more Carter Bryant.
We didn't see him at all, right?
Yeah, so like just to see if it can help negate some of the physicality and the offense from the Wolves. I don't know. I'm not in panic mode. I think I'll be in panic mode if the Wolves come out and repeat the same thing they did game 1.
Yeah.
But I think you learn from every game, right? You see what type of level you have to play at. I think against Portland, they were able to adjust throughout some games and even some losses. But you're going against a team that kind of operates in the same way that Denny operated for Portland in terms of always going downhill and coming at you. Right. So you're going to have to make the adjustments you need to make in order to, if you want to win this series. I think a lot of people have the Spurs favored, but like you said, if I knew Ant was going to be playing so early, I would also be hesitant in my opinion. Like, okay, well, if Ant's coming back, that kind of changes things because what he's able to bring, even if it's just limited bench minutes, is still very, very impactful.
All right, let's get to the comments before we head out of here. At the end of the year, are you going to hand out those damn awards? The damn awards. Yeah, we will have some type of award show for sure.
We do.
I want to go overboard with it. Kwab's convinced me not to do it. But we'll see.
There's extra and there's Josh extra. Only if you guys knew. So
I'm going to tell you. I want to tell the idea right now.
No. Don't put it out. Don't put it out yet. Don't put it out yet. In case you still end up doing. Don't put out the idea yet. Don't give it up. Don't give it up. Don't give it up.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up, Chin-Hog? You missed it. We didn't give your Thunder a damn today. Close though. Close for sure. Thunder up. Maybe they get 20% panic. Don't let Denver take another one on the Spurs court. You mean Minnesota? But I agree with you for sure. Mm-hmm. What's up, Grayson? I think they should be worried. Expose the lack of depth, which I don't think they have lack of depth. Again, Carter Bryant didn't play. Every day or every game, Mitch has a decision, who to put on the court between like Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle. And he chose to sit Castle, who I thought was having a decent game. Like he wasn't that, I wouldn't say he wasn't that impactful, but I don't think he played bad. I thought it was interesting to sit Castle. Dylan Harper had it going early, and De'Aaron Fox, I think, is just somebody who he trusts to close out games. So to me, that's the thing. The biggest thing with Mitch is like, all right, you have so many lineups you can go to. Devin Vassell, is he playing well? Kelvin Johnson, is he playing well? Champagny, is he hitting threes? Like there are different combinations that he can go to that I think it's actually kind of difficult for him to piece that together at times. Yeah. And that's, I don't know what you did, but you did something, Kwab.
No, because I told you not to go overboard. That's
right.
That's what he's responded. So I know.
Yeah. Well, Leone, I love how they don't fear Wemby. That's how you play him. Go right at him. I agree. Yeah. I agree. And also, like we said this on the game recap, even if you're getting your shot blocked, he knows that you're going at him. So now he's going to be closer to the rim. And that one step difference could be the difference between Naz Reid having an open three in the corner and him not having an open three in the corner because he doesn't feel like he has to protect the rim as often or as hard. No. So yeah, I love it. I love it. Spurs or Timberwolves going down to Thunder. We'll talk about that when we get there. Do
the Thunder fear the Spurs though, especially after this season, guys?
That's a great question. I'm going to say no.
What are the thoughts on that? If there's some Thunder fans in there, let us know. Are you guys worried about the Spurs at all? Like if you guys were to get the Spurs, especially after this season, because they look like your kryptonite in some instances. Not fear, but respect. Yeah, I like that.
We have our Thunder back. I want to hang out with Thunder fans, man. If the Knicks played the Thunder in the finals, knock on wood, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I want to head out to Oklahoma City.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. Don't get me started on the hate.
I'm just saying. All right. I don't know when our next live is going to be. We do have Knicks Sixers tomorrow, followed by Timberwolves Spurs. I think we'll do game recaps for those. But we'll keep you updated. We are enjoying these lives. They are a great time. And we appreciate you hopping on with us. Always a good time in the comment section. Yeah. Leone says, no fear. I think they're a good team, but no. Craig says no. Here we go. I mean, yes, not going to lie. Visible to who? Not us.
We see you.
Matters, for sure. It's tough. We didn't have Dub for the San Antonio games. And probably rather go through the Spurs to silence any postseason doubters. I get that.
Yeah, that's true. That.
Yep. And Knicks OKC would be fire. I totally agree.
Because Leone is a Knicks and OKC fan. That's why.
Great combination. Grayson, appreciate the donation, man. Wemby's helping you that experience, but they said the same about OKC last year. That is very true.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. So stay tuned. Look for the announcements. I'll make a post tomorrow on YouTube if we decide to go live. I don't think we're going to go live tomorrow. I think it's more likely we go live Thursday or Friday, so stay tuned for that. Look out for the game recaps, all that good stuff. One more for Jamaica. Thanks, Kwab. Yeah, man, I'm safe. Country's doing better, and watching Dime gives us comfort out here. Respect from Jamaica. Wow. One love, Bob Marley. Respect, yo.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, please stay safe. Please stay safe.
All right, listen, you can follow Dime at Dime NBA. I'm Josh. He's Kwab. Look out for those damn awards. Kwab, we'll have a conversation about it because I definitely want to do it. Definitely want to do it. All right, everybody. Take care. Good luck to all your teams. Enjoy the playoffs. Peace.